Hey guys, Thrasher here, and today we're going to look at some quality of life changes that I think the game needs to implement in the very near future. Let's talk about it right now. Okay, so I've been reading a lot of comments on the Reddit, on YouTube, and in different places where they've been talking about the newest PvP equipment item, and they're saying that it's useless because it's only usable by Frieza Force Extreme units. Well, there is one very good Frieza Force Extreme unit, it's Dodoria. I've talked about him enough, but what I want to point out here is that we need some very specific quality of life changes that I think have been asked for a while now and just need to be implemented so that way your average player, or even your above average player who doesn't really look at the stats after the fact, understands why certain characters are so good and can really understand where their team sits. So the first thing I think that really needs to be implemented is you need to be able to see your character's stats after all of their equipment and the other Z abilities are factored in. So if we open up one of these characters, this Broly for example, we open him up and go to show details, we can see his base stats and we can see the increase from his soul boosting. What we can't see are what his final stats are after you factor in all other Z abilities and the equipment he's wearing. So what I would like to see is a third column either right here where it shows the final stats, and that's factoring in all of these 6 characters up here and the equipment he has on, or even in this details area, you've got the Z abilities that he gets from different characters, and then down here, you've got the equipment items he's using. If below that you just put his final stats, I think that would be enough so that I can get a quick understanding of how powerful he's going to be with this setup. So that way if I want to make one small change, I can see exactly how it's going to affect that character. This can be really powerful as you're building a team out and you're trying to tweak certain things and you're asking yourself, should I use equipment item A or equipment item B? Should I switch out bench unit A with bench unit B and see if those differences in values of these characters actually are worth the change? And yes, you could do all of this yourself. The math isn't crazy hard to do, but I don't want a giant spreadsheet. This is a mobile game. I shouldn't have to spend 20 hours trying to tweak and optimize my team. I should have an easy heads-up display that just tells me if I switch out that character, my strike stat's going to go from 85,000 to 86.2 or something of that nature, so I can quickly see that. That is the first thing that I think will drastically help with team building, but it's probably not the first quality of life change I think we need to see. The next thing I'm going to mention is dealing with soul boosting. So if we close out of here and then we go into soul boost, it doesn't really matter for who. We'll open Broly up. We can see that there's a ton of panels here, and the problem is you have to click them one at a time. They need to add an option so that you can just complete all soul panels, and then if you can't complete all soul panels, it either doesn't do anything and just tells you how many more rising souls you need to complete all soul panels, or it completes them going outwards and obviously doesn't finalize it, and then you can turn ones off as you want. But we do need a button so that I don't have to sit here and hit this every single time, because there's a lot of panels here across many different boards, and if you get a new character, it can be time consuming. Sometimes it takes 5-6 minutes to go through here just hitting these boards, and you could save 3 to 4 of those 5 to 6 minutes just by hitting one button to complete this. Now, the third thing that can be very powerful in building out a team is filters. So let's back out of here, and then we go to this filter right here. We've got a rarity filter, good. We have an element filter, and then we have a battle style filter. But what we should have is a tag filter. So I can filter by God Key, I can filter by Saiyan, I can filter by Super Saiyan, Regeneration, Hybrid Saiyans. I feel like this filter is really not that valuable until those tags are added in. Yeah, I can filter by element, but that's really the only area here that's super powerful. Sparking Hero Extreme, those are okay too, but it's easy to see who's a Sparking, a Hero, and Extreme. It's a little bit harder to find anyone who's a God Key tag, so I don't have to go through here and go one at a time. Does he have a God Key tag? Let's open him up and see. No, he doesn't, so I gotta back out, and then I gotta go through here and look for another one, find one who actually does have a God Key tag, like this guy. Oh, there's the one. So we definitely need a filter for those tags, and probably even for episodes. Even if they want to put them together, I'm fine with that too. And it should be multi-selectable. So in filter here, if I open this back up, and then it says tags down below, I should be able to select multiple tags at once, so that way, if I'm okay with characters who have God Key and are Saiyan, it'll show me all Saiyans and all God Key. Or I could do the opposite where they have to be God Key and Saiyan. That's also a valuable option. But either way, we definitely need to increase our filter options here, as this is not meeting our needs at the moment. And that's pretty much all I have for quality of life changes at the moment. I think these are the 3 huge ones that can really help with team building, help you to tweak your team out. And then one other thing I want to mention before we end this video, I did talk about that Extreme Dodoria before. Obviously you need the Final Form Frieza to really make him a powerful unit on a viable PvP team. Make sure you're doing every single Z1 adventure you possibly can right now, as the Final Form Frieza is the Z Power reward. It's very, very rare, but you could get that Sparking Final Form Frieza from a Z1 adventure, so make sure you're doing as many as you possibly can this PvP season. And that's pretty much all I have for this video. If you guys have any other quality of life changes that you think really need to happen, throw them down below and let's talk about them. And if you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.